Hello YouTube, and in this video we're going to be showing you the four-way ice intersection when it comes to making these ice tunnels in your own respective Minecraft world. So right now we're in the creative server here, so that I can show you this design. It's essentially a simple four-way intersection where you have these gates right in the middle, and then you have the redstone signals that run right through this inverter over into the grappling hook with the wire attached to it. Whenever you walk or use a boat to move past this grappling hook, it will send a signal across here and into the gate. What you would also want to have is this inverter, which changes it from an on-off, or changes this wire into a off-on signal. So whenever you're standing on the grappling hook here, it will send that signal off here, and then it would change it over there to close the gate, and then it will do that for a certain amount of time. So essentially you have these signals, so usually 5 to 6 blocks between the gate and the grappling hook. And let me show you how this works in action. Essentially what the gate does is that it slows your momentum significantly so that you can make those sharp angled turns. Okay, so once again, to make the signal, you put redstone torch here on the other side of this stone. Put this signal out to the grappling hook, which is a little further out from the edges here, and then you connect it over to the gate. So the way this works is that whenever you put the gate down, it will automatically activate thanks to this guy here, allowing you to quickly set this up. And that will be it for the four-way intersection design here for your ice tunnels. In the next section of this video, we're going to be discussing some of the tips and tricks that we developed whenever we construct these tunnels. So the first concept here is to design these edge profiles so that you can easily bounce your way off of this and move along from point A to point B. When you design the diagonal process here, you do run the risk of being delayed significantly when you hit these jagged pieces. They're going to hit you from side to side pretty badly, as opposed to just your smooth tunnels here, which does not impede your movement. So essentially it's better to design these in a grid-like fashion as opposed to developing diagonal roads. So the next tip has to do with disembarking. Yeah, show you that here. So you can design the gates again to stop your momentum, but whenever you disembark, you will notice that there is a glitch which prevents you from moving as the boat tries to realign with your position. So one way to avoid that is to just have a boat on the other side, where as opposed to pressing the shift button, you just right click onto that boat to disembark. So let me show you how we avoid that glitch again. I'm going to stop, right click, and then disembark. Now, this glitch doesn't always happen, but essentially when it does, it can be really annoying. Okay, so whenever you're designing these buildings here, you're going to want to have a 4-block high building so that you don't take any suffocation damage. If you do try to disembark on a 2-block high tunnel, you will suffocate here since you're stuck within that stone right there. If you try to do that on the glass, you won't suffocate, but you will have to break your way through. I'll show you that here. Sorry. Okay, so essentially you're stuck within that transparent block. You can breathe, but you have to break your way out. If you're 3 blocks high, the screen will be dark for less than a second, and you will take a little bit of damage. But essentially the safest way to do this would be to have a room that's 4 blocks high. So back to the subject of transparent versus opaque blocks. There are additional attributes. With the opaque blocks over here, the blue ice, packed ice, and the stone, you can put red circuitry on top of it, as well as light torches. Over here on the ice, you cannot put any of those guys down. And then with the glass, there is an exception for that for the Java Legacy version, which we will exploit over here when it comes to creating these designs. Another feature for the transparent blocks is that whenever you put a chest piece underneath them, they will open up, but the opaque blocks will not open up. So over here, whenever you have the light sources, you will want to keep in mind that when it comes to ice, it will melt. This is regular ice, not the packed or blue ice, which are opaque blocks. So if the light source is less than 12, then it won't melt. But if it's anything closer to that, then it will melt. Show you the light levels to the middle and to the left. You see the skylight of 15, and then the block is 13. So right now that's too high. And then essentially you want it to be 12 or less. So whenever we design these lights, we usually have it 2 blocks in between, and then 2 blocks high. With the glass here, you just put the torch right above it. If you're underneath the ocean, you can use jack-o'-lanterns, sea lanterns, or you can just cover up the torch like this. And then that will be your source of light. Generally, with the transparent blocks, you don't have to worry about mob spawning there. But with the opaque blocks, they do spawn. So this is the open air concept that will prevent you from phantoms as well as any other mobs. Allows you a quick transport by having the stone walls on the side. Over here we have a closed concept for your tunnel, where you just create a 3x2 hole in the cavern, and then from here, in between 2 blocks, you create a hole that's 2 blocks high. So that's how you can create your tunnels here quickly and easily. Okay, so I believe that's it for the video, and thank you for sticking around, and thank you for watching.